CTV's Judy Trinh is standing by at the Bureau for us in Ottawa with more. Judy, you were at that news conference earlier this morning. Before we get to the tensions that seem to be bubbling up between the province of Nova Scotia and the federal government, recap for us, if you will, just how dire the wildfire situation across the country is right now and what your sense of the federal response is.
All right, Marcia, what I can tell you is that before you saw the official news conference, we had a technical briefing with some experts from Natural Resources Canada in which they gave us statistics and the logistics. So what we are seeing now has been called unprecedented. Unprecedented not because exactly of the number of fires. You mentioned the number more than 1,800. That is about normal, they'll say, not alarming. But what is alarming is that the fires are burning larger and longer. Now, federal officials say that this is because of climate change, hot, dry weather, which is going to continue throughout the month of June. So right now, the situation is that you have more than 28,000 people have been evacuated from Alberta and Nova Scotia. Many of them have been able to return home, but this has disproportionately impacted Indigenous communities in the north. And so they are suffering the impacts of this. Today, the federal government announced training measures to train Indigenous firefighters, but that won't come into play for this season. It won't help. So right now, the situation is dire. You mentioned that there is going to be some turf wars, and I can tell you right now that large swaths of Ontario and Quebec are in an area that is considered at high risk or extreme risk because of dry conditions. Wildfires have already started popping up in these two provinces. And what makes this significant is that Ontario and Quebec have sent firefighters to Alberta, to Nova Scotia. So once again, when these fires start picking up pace here on these two provinces, they'll be forced to take back their resources. And once again, resources across the country will be stretched, Marcia.
Yeah, I believe one of the ministers, Judy, said that we've seen 150 years of burning in 1 month. And again, this is just the 1st of June. We haven't even officially hit summer yet. Okay, let's turn now to what the federal government is doing to support Nova Scotia. Tim Houston pleading for more help, saying in his news conference that he learned a lesson following Fiona. He felt that the federal government's response was inadequate. There's obviously some back and forth going on there between that province, that premier, and the PM and the federal government. Blair saying today that help is on the way for Nova Scotia. What's that going to look like, Judy?
What Minister Blair said is that hopefully by the end of the day, we are going to see Canadian forces, soldiers on the ground helping fight fires in Nova Scotia. Now, the Premier has been very vocal in terms of his criticism, right? He said he got those requests in early. What Minister Blair said today was that it is hard to contain these fires, much more of a challenge when they happen close to urban areas, which is the case in Halifax. We learned today that more than 200 homes have burned down in the Halifax area. The majority of people fighting the fires are actually volunteer firefighters, so they need resources. Marcia, I can tell you that international help or more international help is on its way, and some of those resources will be diverted to Nova Scotia. They were planned for Alberta. We have more than 200 firefighters from South Africa arriving in the next couple of days, along with 100 more American firefighters helping. They were initially slotted for Alberta, but we are being told that some of them will be moved to Nova Scotia. We don't know how many. Right now, there are firefighters from Australia, New Zealand, the US, and South Africa here. But we also have international agreements with Mexico as well as Costa Rica. So we could see an influx of help from those countries as well. So this is very much not just a national effort, but an international effort. And we're going to be relying on the international firefighters as well as Canadian forces as this fire season continues.
Right, relying on our firefighting partners. So let me ask you this, Judy, because again, coming back to the Premier's ask, and he fully admits it's a very long list. He is looking for equipment. He is looking for modular homes for people who have been evacuated. As you point out, 18,000 people have been evacuated in Nova Scotia alone because at least 200 homes have been burned. Did any of the ministers get into the specifics as to what Nova Scotia wants, apart from the immediate need for extra firefighters in the short term? Did they get into those details today, Judy?
They did not provide details about those specific in terms of getting people temporary housing, how to build that up. What they did say was that there is a commitment to help with the rebuild. But of course, fire consumes and destroys extremely fast. It's quick. So what they acknowledge that they can't get as many resources as quick to those areas as they would like. But right now, I think the concern is these firefighters, some have been working now for more than a month trying to contain these blazes. There is that issue of fatigue, whether or not, not only whether or not we have the human resources, but whether or not they can last. And that is something that's going to have to be dealt with very carefully. Today, we heard the fire chief in Halifax also say that he's very concerned about injuries to his firefighters in this hot weather. As you know, as fatigue and tiredness sets in, the possibility for injuries will increase, and that is something they can't afford because they need all hands on deck.
Yeah, and remarkably, as Premier Houston pointed out today, there have been 0 deaths or injuries. And yeah, with that fatigue setting in, we hope that stays the case. Judy, Trinh, thank you so much. Appreciate all of that reporting for us this morning.